Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is October 22nd, and that means day 295 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we continue to print out really cool stuff for Halloween. And as you may have known, I've been looking for a really cool cauldron to print, and the last one I printed really didn't hit the mark. But on today's episode, we found a winner. These very cool Halloween cauldrons, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 295 of the 3DP 365 project. It's also day 22 of printing out really cool stuff for Halloween, and on today's episode, the Halloween cauldron. And as you may know, the very first cauldron I printed, which I actually have right here, this one really didn't turn out as well as I had hoped. I was looking for something that I could scale up in the future, possibly for a big print at the end of the month, that would look really cool for a candy dish. And this one, while it is a really good model, it just doesn't scale very well. So looking around on Thingiverse, I found a cool collection of Halloween cauldrons, and I'll put that link down in the description so you guys can download and print those yourself. And there's a couple of different models, and they're set up a couple of different ways. This is the three-piece model, where you have a lid, and you have a really cool handle, and of course you have the cauldron itself. And the cauldron I picked out was the one that says Happy Halloween. And our prints turned out awesome. I am super, super happy with the results. They are very clean prints. You can totally read all the type on the front, and it's got a lot of polygons in it, so this is definitely something I could scale. And all the parts fit together really well. There's 3 parts total, like I said. And I printed them all out separately just so I could test a couple of different settings with retraction and such. The first thing I printed out was the cauldron itself. Now, this cauldron isn't an actual cauldron as far as the interior shape goes. It's set up for 3D printing, so it doesn't require any support material, which is awesome. But it also prints upside down. So I'll take off the little handle here, and it comes off real easy. This is just PLA, so it'll just snap right off. And that's the handle part. The cauldron itself comes on the print bed like that. And you don't need any support material because there's a lot of interior going on here. It's not round inside. It's kind of like a cone shape, so you don't need any support material, which makes this super easy to print, and you don't waste any material, which is awesome. Plus, it has the standard looking cauldron 3 pegs for the bottom of it, and that stays intact because you don't have to use any support material by printing it this way. The different models that are available are very cool. There's a moon phase one, I believe. There's the Happy Halloween, and there's the plain one. Plus, there's some variables that come with that too. There's also ones that have the ring handles on the sides. Those are already print in place in a couple of different designs. Plus, there's the ones that have this handle design. And I like this handle so we could hang it up and maybe even put some dry ice in here and make it like a bubbling cauldron, because that would be very cool, because it is watertight because of the way it's designed. And the prints themselves, they turned out awesome, except for the lid. I did have a little bit of problem with the lid, and I believe it has something to do with the really dense filament I'm using. This is Matter Hackers Pro Series PLA Orange, and it's a little denser than some of the other plastics that I use. So when I got to the handle, there's a bit of under extrusion going on, and I'll try and get the camera to focus on that. Plus, you'll see it in the close-ups and at the end too. And there was a little bit of under extrusion going on the handle. So what I attempted to do is go back into Simplify 3D, because I know I wanted it to be perfect. So I went into Simplify 3D and I set up multiple processes. And that was for the second print that I did of the handle. And I slowed it down. I turned off my coast nozzle setting, because I noticed when it was printing the first one that it was doing a lot of zigging and zagging when it was printing the handle. And I didn't think it needed to do that in this particular area. I wasn't trying to hide any seam there. So the coast nozzle setting could be turned off in the secondary setting. And I also slowed it down to 25 millimeters per second, hoping that would help, and it actually got worse. I even tried to slow it down while it was printing, down on the flow rate on the gMax, and it still turned out terrible. So I'm thinking it's just this really dense filament doesn't work really well with small areas, and it might just need some improvement in my settings. But for now, I am happy with it because it is a small decoration, and there's enough filament down that there's enough handle here. And if I really wanted to, I could paint it, and then we could patch it up, and you wouldn't notice any of the under extrusion, and that would also reinforce it. But I am happy with the print. I love this design. It's exactly what I was looking for a Halloween decoration. I love that all the parts just fit right in. I didn't have to do any cleanup on these whatsoever. It's a nice little cauldron. The lid fits perfectly. It's got a little bit of play in it, but I think that's better than having it not fit at all or even be a little bit loose. So it's got a nice snug fit on the top. It doesn't snap in, it's just drops in. So this could be used for a couple of different items. And like I said, I'm thinking about using ours to fill up with a little bit of dry ice and make a cool bubbling cauldron for Halloween. Well, that about wraps it up for day 295 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're looking for ways to support the channel, check out the affiliate links down in the description. If you make a purchase through MatterHackers, Amazon, or GearBest, it'll kick a little bit back to the channel. It won't cost you a penny, and I really appreciate it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more cool Halloween prints.